any woman that tries to come and tell me, oh, you know, when I go places they just don't like me, there's just something, people just always hate on me, you're the problem, sis. You are the problem. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zogi and I'm a Gemini, which is why this channel is called Zogi the Gemini. So today we are here to talk about one of the most popular shows currently, well, amongst you know, people, and that is Young, Rich and African. So today I'm going to be doing like a breakdown of what I think of individual characters and what I think of the show altogether. So if you're interested to see what I think about certain people who I see as my people, who are my babies, and who I'll be very happy never to see again in this life, then make sure you stay tuned, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Now let's get into this video. So when I first heard about this show, I was like, because you guys know, you know, I love going to Nigeria, I love everything about Nigeria. I know about the wealth in Nigeria. I know the wealth in young people. I know the kind of lifestyle, that lavish lifestyle Nigerians live. I don't know so much about the rest of Africa, but I know that, you know, Africans, we do have similarities, especially in the way that we flex. We like to flex. We like people to know, say we have money. You understand? So I think, okay, cool. This show is to highlight and showcase the beauty and obviously, you know, the high life of Africa per se. So I thought that I was based in South Africa, which I guess makes sense because South Africa is definitely a central place for many African countries. A lot of people go to South Africa for like a holiday away, or kind of, do you know what I mean, to kind of get away from their actual country to go to a country where it's more, yeah, as a holiday basically. So I was okay, cool. But then obviously they introduced the cast. There's Annie Adibia, that's Two-Face wife. There's Swanky Jerry. There is Andil, don't know his last name. There's Connie. There is Naked. There's Nadia. And if I don't remember them, I can't lie, if I don't remember anyone else, that means there's no need for me to remember them. Like, it's not a me problem, it's a you problem kind of thing. But yeah, so my memory of it starting is when Connie had the party. So she had that massive soiree. At that point, I was like, I knew Connie was either, I think I'm saying her name right, Canny. I knew Canny was Mamai. It's either you love her or you hate her. Like, you can't even be in between. She has that kind of personality that you can't even be in between. You either love her or you dislike her. So anyway, so then that night obviously progressed. We got to a bit where it was getting a bit more, there was a bit more tension in the sense that Connie had told the group that her daughter, she has let her 15-year-old daughter live separately, even though they live right next to each other, but her daughter lives in her own apartment. Like, it's a separate entity from obviously Canny's actual house. And Annie wasn't here for that. So was Andil. Andil was like, your 15-year-old daughter, you're letting her live by herself. And in my head I'm thinking, Annie, my darling, calm down. This is your first time meeting this woman. This is your first time coming into contact with this woman, and you're kind of like coming for her mothering skills. And yeah, that's not the kind of impression you want to make. That's definitely not the first kind of impression you want to make. But as time went on, things kind of like changed. People got more cool with each other, and then each person's personality really came through and really shone through. One thing I understood and can say wholeheartedly is that every single character, every single person of that cast are messy in their own ways. Nobody is like, you know, angelic, no, perfect, and that's a good representation of just human beings in general. Everyone can be messy, and that was shown throughout the show. Now let me speak through the characters, and I'm gonna give you like a whole, my initial thoughts of them and then my concluding thought of them, obviously as we saw them progress and their character kind of being shown more throughout the show. And I'm going to start with Annie Adibia. Now with Annie, I feel like everyone kind of knows that whole Two-Face situation. No one knew it to that extent, that the fact that she was with him since she was 16, like she was with him from way back when, and her first child was his 5th child. Now, I didn't know that. I didn't know her first child was his 5th child. And I'm here trying to do the mathematics, and I'm just like, the math is not mathing, but each to their own. So yeah, so Annie, initially, you know, there was a lot of, you could tell she was hurt. She's a hurt, she's not even just a hurt woman. She's kind of like, Annie is, a lot of people say that, you know, she has a lot of insecurities, she's broken. I see where they're coming from, but Annie is different. She's like, she's almost have been built up dysfunctionally, because for her to be broken, that means she initially she was whole. She was initially a whole entity that was broken because of something or someone. But let's deep that Annie, innocent, well, Two-Face is the only guy Annie has ever known. And as they have grown up together, so she went through her teenage years to her adult years with this guy, him being there all the time, him being the only guy she's known, yeah. And he's been cheating, he's been doing whatever he's been doing, having multiple kids, obviously having sex with different people, yeah. So her personality and almost, I feel like her identity has been shaped and molded in that whole catastrophe. So that's why I will always say she's broken, and that's why you can see how much she loves him, how much she rides for him. It's not even like she's broken, she's just like, I love her, but it's different from just being heartbroken. It's different from just being insecure. It's almost like the way that her personality and how her character has formed as a human being, as an adult, it has been intertwined with the love, the passion, the hurt, the betrayal. Do you get what I mean? Is this intertwined into her personality, which is why some people may deem her or view her as delusional. She's not delusional. You have to understand that that is her reality. It's not like she met him when she was like 26 and she had been in prior relationship, or not even just relationship, but her personality had had time to form. She was still a teenager when she started going out with him. And let's not forget that Two-Face, or Innocent, is 9 years older than her. So it's not even like they were two young people. It's not like she was 16, he was 17, or he was 18. He was 25. He was 25 when he started messing with her. She was 16, he was 25. He was an adult, she wasn't a child, but she was a teenager. So just think, it's more than just being broken. It's more than just being insecure, because there was some aspect and some element of grooming and manipulation from the very onset of their relationship, from the fact that a 16-year-old and a 25-year-old is having a relationship, and they have now continued. Now I think she's 38. She's either 38 or 37. All the way, they marked their 10-year anniversary, but they had been together 8 years before that. So she's been with this guy nearly 2 decades. So people need to understand is that it's not that she's just insecure. It's a whole different level. But nonetheless, on the show, I can't lie, by the end, I grew to love Annie. Annie's biggest flaw and biggest downfall is the love that she has for him. He is her love, but he's also the hate. He is her uplifter, but he's also the person that's kind of like formed, kind of destroyed in some ways. But apart from that, if you take Innocent out of it, if you take Two-Face out of the equation, how she actually presents herself, she's a very cool person. She was 7 looks upon looks upon looks. Auntie was just, sis was just giving it to them. I love that. I know there's a part where she done like the gilly. I think it was like a gilly kind of thing. She was 7 looks upon looks, but her personality was quite grounded. Obviously, she had the whole situation with Zari, which I will get into later on. But for the most part, you can see that she's not necessarily like a condescending person. She has money. She's been having money because she's an actress in her. Obviously, she's got money from acting, and she also obviously is married to Two-Face, who's a very, very successful Nigerian musician. So she doesn't move, but she doesn't move like I got too much money, like I'm just that girl. She doesn't move. It's like you can tell at that point her money speaks for herself. You know them ones where people are like, those that have it, they don't need to chat too much, they don't need to talk too much. You know she has money. So there's Annie. That's my thoughts on Annie. Then obviously we talk about Annie, we have to talk about Swanky. Swanky Jerry, I love Swanky. Someone please send this to Swanky and just let him know that I absolutely adore him. I love how he composed and how he carried himself. He wasn't too serious, he wasn't too jokey. Like, you could take him serious and his word was his bond. His people were his people. That is the friend you need. That is the friend you need. And he's not so subjective in the sense that, so even when Annie was having a beef with Zari, he still sat down with Zari. He told Zari, I'm not happy with what you said. I saw it. So yeah, you can, I wasn't there when you and Annie had that beef, but I was there when you pulled Two-Face, and I did hear what you said, and I did hear when you were saying, oh, her dress is too short. Like, I did hear those bits. So he's in the sense that he gives people the chance, but he's not playing it fake. He lets you know that his stance, and I absolutely respect him for that. When he went mad on a train, I said, ah, is this Swanky? The cool, composed, calm, kind of too cool for school Swanky. If he's the one that's kind of like, no, we're gonna talk about it, let's not move like it's nothing, it's something kind of thing. But anyway, it's cool. Absolutely love him. Then let's move on to Andil. Andil, I don't need the Andil in my life. He's okay for the most part, but the whole situation with him and Zari was very messy. Very messy. There was no need. You have a party, you invite both of your baby mums, and then you invite the girls that you're trying to see. It should have been one or the other. The baby mums obviously know each other. They would know each other, so cool. Have them there. Or you have Zari. But you want to eat your cake and have it. You want everyone there. Why? For why? Then you're making all this, oh, we're friends. Or, oh, when I'm thinking, my man was doing, and it's for the fact here that Diamond knows that the situation with Zari is messy, but he said it when they done golf. He said, I love her. Like, that's his family. Even at the very end, when obviously the whole situation happened, and Diamond was like, you like Zari, but that's my family. Like, he never say that's my woman or she's mine. Diamond knows that's where his family reside. So whether that's his wife or girlfriend, that is his family. I'm not saying that Zari shouldn't speak with other people, but Andil knew very well knew, and that's why Naked was even like, what are you doing? Diamond said with his own mouth, you were there when Diamond was like, I need to do right by her, but I love her. Do you get what I mean? But anyway, so that kind of cancelled Andil in my mind. Yeah, you're not relevant. Naked, sometimes I liked Naked, sometimes I didn't. He pissed me off for the most part. He needs to leave that woman alone. He doesn't like her. He doesn't like her. It's like, even when they're good, he has to bring himself. He's building up himself to even, like, kind of stomach even being around her and being with her. The therapy session was just really showing that he does not want her. Like, if the guy is like, mate, you need to, a guy, can you imagine, if a guy ever told me I need my partner, I will give you all the space in the world. Like, you think a guy has to tell me, oh, you're smothering me, your hair too much? Even when they were like, oh, why did you tell her? I don't even remember her name. She's not relevant enough for me to remember her name. When they were like, why did you tell her to move in? He's like, I didn't. She just moved in herself. How can the guy go? She has a place of her own, but she never wants to go there. She never wants to go there. That's when you know that, okay, cool, you need to go about your business. But yeah, Naked, I liked him. I felt like, I didn't like him. I feel like he was okay. I didn't dislike him. I had no real strong emotion towards him. But I do feel like the whole Zari situation, and then him trying to be like the hero and everything. Like, I see where he was coming from, but I just feel like as someone that could have potentially been objective, that's known the group from before he knew Zari, he could have approached it differently. He should have done what Swanky was trying to do, in the sense that he knows all Canny, he knows all of them. Yeah, he knows Annie, he knows he knows them people, and he knows Zari now. So he could have been a moderator rather than like kind of pushing towards just one side. So yeah, there's his girlfriend, can't remember her enough for me to say anything about her. Next person is Canny. Canny, as I said, is Marmite. It's either you love or hate her. Initially, I didn't really like her. I didn't hate her, but I didn't really like her. But one thing I know now, I love Canny. I absolutely love that woman. She is a bitch. She's messy, but she owns it. She owns it. She knows. Canny knows that she's a bitch. Canny knows that she can be messy. Canny knows. Canny knows. But she is who she is through and through. Through and through. She has her insecurities, she has her flaws, but she's consistent. Her personality is consistent. That's one thing with me, yeah. When it comes to just people in general and just TV, I want to see that consistency in your personality. That's why I like Swanky, because his personality was consistent. Even Annie, it was, even when she was consistently kind of vulnerable, cry, it's consistent. You are consistent. You're not switching up. One time when you're in front of this person, you're moving this way. When you're in front of these people, you're moving that. That's one thing I hate the most of reality TV. Like, I don't like when people are switching like their personality. When you're with this person, you have all this chat. When you're with this person, you have nothing to say. Do you get what I mean? Canny, hate her or love her, she's consistent in how she is. She's consistently a bitch. Like, just through and through. Through and through. And I do like the evolution of her and Annie's friendship. Obviously initially she was just like, once Annie coming to tell me everything about her marriage, like obviously she showed me her weakness and I can prey on that. Which that comment did not even throw me, because listen, human beings, is either you move like a prey or you move like a predator. It's that simple. It's that simple. So if someone can see how they can use your weakness against you, a lot of people will. Like, I can't even lie, a lot of people will. So I'm not even gonna move like, oh my god, she said that. Like, a lot of people think it but will never say it out loud. That's why I tell you, the woman is she's tapped, but I love her. I love her nonetheless. So yeah, this is the evolution of her and Annie's friendship. And even like her speech at the wedding, my ass wanted to cry, because you see what she finally concluded is that Annie is just so far gone that telling her, oh, you should have renewed your vows with Two-Face, or he's not good for you, telling her that it's not gonna help her. What will help her? Where Canny, and I feel like Canny knew, yeah, is that therapy will help Annie. This whole Annie being able to free herself from the situation she's in, the bondage she's in, it's gonna take a long time. It can even take years. And Canny knows that I love you enough as a friend to know that it's gonna take patience for you to get to where you need to go. Like, if you like it, I love it, kind of thing. So she knows the situation that Annie's in is not the best, but she knows that Annie knows no better. Annie knows no different. So she loves her, and she likes her enough to be, she likes Annie for who Annie is. Yeah, her situation with her husband is a bit messy and mad, but she likes Annie. And you could see that. You could see that build up over the season, over the 7 episodes, and I respect that for Canny. I know a lot of people don't like her, but I really like her for it. So who else is there? I spoke about Swanky, spoke about Annie, I spoke about Canny. Nadia was she was okay, she was cool, but the way Nadia was moving, like, oh, I don't like Zari, we know a large part of the reason why Nadia didn't like Zari is because Nadia was kind of feeling, she knows she was feeling platinum just a little bit. She was feeling diamond just a little bit. And she knows that Zari has a special place in his heart. So I do feel like that was part of the reason she didn't like Zari. But at the same time, the people that she was closest to on the show, was all they ever heard about Zari was that she's messy and that she's doing this and doing that. And in as much, yeah, and I feel like a lot of times when people kind of say, oh, this person is messy, da 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 da, a lot of us are just like, we want to form our own opinion. And I 100% think it's important for you to form your own opinion. But my thing is, yeah, if my friends are all saying the same thing about one person, and I trust, and this is where the big thing is, where people are like, oh, you shouldn't take what other people say about people to heart, da 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 da. It's all about how you select your friends. If you know that your friends can be objective, your friends, that if they've come to the conclusion that they don't like someone, you know that person. You know that person is not your person. I can wholeheartedly say, the friends I have now in my life, if they all collectively say one thing about one person, I'm not saying I'm not going to give them the benefit of doubt, but because I know the kind of friends I have, and I've been select, I don't just call anybody a friend. I don't call just anybody a close friend. If I know that those girls, and they're very similar to me, and they all say one thing about one person, there has to be some truth in it, and there was truth in what they were saying. So Nadia, she was okay, she was in and out, she wasn't seen too tough, she was like a ghost more time. So there's that. Who else is there? Wait, let me get the cast up real quick, because I want to make sure I cover every single person. Notice I'm leaving Zari to the very end. Notice I'm not accidentally doing it. So I spoke about Andil, I spoke about Naked, I spoke about Connie, I spoke about Annie, I spoke about Swanky. Diamond is okay. Who's her there? Diamond, bless him. I can just imagine how gassed Diamond is, because I don't know any East African artist at all. Diamond, I can just imagine in Tanzania, where he's from, he's a king, because he's one of the only artists that have really made it on a global level. But yeah, he's okay. He's fighting English sometimes, but bless him. Most African artists are. And then yeah, so that takes us to Zari. Now, I finished this season yesterday, and I was already seeing what people were saying online. And I've seen that a lot of people saying, okay, they didn't like Zari because they were intimidated and they feel like they ganged up on Zari. So cool. When I was now watching the rest of the episode, because I had started like 2 or 3 last week or a week before, so I was like, let me go with an open heart and open eyes and really see Zari for who she is. Now, I tried my best to try and see where Zari was coming from, but when that situation happened, okay, first and foremost, everybody knows Annie's insecure. That's the only thing you have on Annie. That's the only thing you have. She's not snobby. She doesn't think she's better than other people. She doesn't talk about people behind their back. That's the only thing. Her insecurities, because of the thing with her marriage and what she was kind of like groomed into or whatever. You know, that's the biggest problem she has. Right? We know her insecurities is a lot. Only God knows how many people Two-Face has slept with. From when you have a children with how many people, yeah? Only God knows how many people he's had casual sex with. Only God knows how many girls have messaged him and said da 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 da. Obviously, Annie could have left the situation, but she's decided to remain. Nonetheless, we know that's one of her biggest downfalls, yeah? So cool. Zari, when Annie came to say that they've decided to renew, yeah? Whether you like it or not, my friend, put a smile on your face. When she comes in, you're saying her dress is too short. What has that got to do with you? But nonetheless, but you see me, I know it's certain things. It's not the big things, but it's just certain comments I'm noticing, I'm watching. So I can't remember who said that they want to talk to Two-Face here. I think it was Canny. I think maybe Canny's the one. I can't remember who said they want to speak to Two-Face here. Zari goes, no, I have to speak to him first. Okay, cool. She takes Two-Face and they go sit. She knows they know each other from when was it Channel Q, Channel O? She could have simply said to Annie, we have worked together before. We know what Annie's problem is. So it's easy to manage it. It's not like Annie has so many different. Annie has one big problem. That is her marriage, yeah? And her insecurities that has being birthed through going through so much with just one guy, yeah? You could have easily shut that down, saying, no, we work together, like, you know, that's it. But you wanted to feed on that. You wanted to feed on those insecurities. So cool, she's talking to Two-Face, saying, oh, why is your wife so insecure, she thinks that we slept together, when we know. Why? Nobody can come and justify that to me. No one can justify that to me. Then you call Annie's happy. Sis is happy. Like, she's happy. She's gone through a lot, but on that night she's happy about, okay, you know, maybe this is, you know, she could be, you could say she's delusional, but everybody will live their life. So everybody live their life, kind of thing. Everybody choose their own fate. Everybody walk in their own path. So she's happy about the situation, yeah. So you call her and say, oh, I was just telling your husband, why are you so insecure? Are you okay? So then anyways, Annie's happy, so she doesn't even want to kind of get into that negative mindset. She's like, oh no, I was just asking, like, oh, like, how do you guys know each other, kind of thing. So Annie's trying to diffuse. She's like, Zari's like, no, why are you lying? No, you was asking trying to stick it on her in front of her husband. Not even if it was even her husband, but why? Why? It's supposed to be a happy night. Why? You're like, oh, you're really wanting Annie to admit that. No. Why are you playing it down? It was worse than that. It was when you know, Zari is not with Diamond because Diamond cannot stop cheating on her. Zari has multiple kids for Diamond, and the reason why they're not together is because he cannot commit to her. So she knows what it means to be with a guy and have children with a guy that cannot commit to you. So you know, you're not foreign to it. And even if you weren't foreign to it, you're a woman, so you know why Annie's moving how she's moving, yeah? And then you're then trying to hot her up, trying to make her look stupid in front of everyone, knowing everyone can hear what you're saying. From that, and Zari was cut out in my eyes. She was cut out. I said, whatever they do to you, that's your own. That's your business. That's your business. Because if you can do that, if you can, even when Annie was like, he's not your spec, like, and that's true. Two-Face, he has a particular type of woman that he goes for, and it's true what she said, like, Zari's not his type. Then Zari goes, oh, you'll be surprised, it's always the opposites that they go for. So it's like, anyways, in my head, I can't lie, I try to be objective, I try to, like, not, you know, not to be like too biased, but at that situation I said no. And there's a few things that Zari had done. Okay, let's talk about the train situation, yeah? Let's be honest, Canny did not want to be on that train. Annie did not want to be on that train. And low-key, I don't think Swanky wanted to be on that train too tough. They were only there because I think it's part of the contract. I think the only reason why Adil wasn't there because obviously her father's situation. So if they had a choice, they would not be there. So let's not move that. Oh, why did they go? It was part of the contract, most likely. So anyways, obviously I feel like Canny was being a bit harsh to Zari, and this is where I love Canny, but Canny is like, she's not even necessarily just used to being in charge, because Annie is a boss bitch in her own right. So is Swanky. He's a boss in his own right. The women are very powerful on the show, yeah? But it's almost like power, respect, power. I feel like Canny felt that Zari was trying to over-insert her power. Canny doesn't necessarily feel like she can run over people. She can't run over Annie. Annie will give it to her. Annie will match that fire. We know that. I feel like so will Swanky. Nadia will probably back down. I can't lie to you. To Canny, Nadia may back down. But Annie and Swanky will match her. So will what's his name again? Naked. Naked will match that energy. But I feel like she felt in some ways threatened. I will use it very loosely, but threatened by Zari trying to over-insert her dominance. She wasn't threatened by Zari's existence, but she was threatened by Zari trying to do get like I am the boss bitch. That's what she didn't like. That's what she didn't like. She didn't like the power dynamics. And when Kani said, before you came, everything was calm. We fought, but we laughed. And it's true. Everybody's different. Everybody's a strong character in their own rights. But they still was one unit. And it's true. And I was deep in it, and it's true. Kani and Annie had that situation. They resolved it. They were cool. Yeah? But you're trying to do gay. Like, you're trying to be boss of, you know, you're trying to be the biggest of the biggest. And I just feel like, for me, if, yeah, they treated that a bit too harsh, but it's like, I'm sorry. Next time, don't be a bitch. I'm sorry. Next time, don't be making stupid remarks. So it's like, we already knew, even when Zari apologized to Annie. Annie wasn't having it because Annie I don't think people understand. And I haven't have a video coming out yet, and I don't know whether it's the toxic part of me, but if you do something to me, yeah, that really shows me who you are as a person, there's no apology you can give me that we will be cool. Are we understanding this? People are like, oh, but she apologized from the depth of my heart. Yes, I get that. I take that on. But if you've done something and you're showing that you think you're better than me, there's no apology that you can apologize. You have shown me who you are, and I don't fuck with you as a person. I don't like you as a person. You stay in your corner, I stay in my corner. So I know some people say Annie was being too harsh, but Annie had realized that this is not my type of person. In real life, we know that if someone does something to you, there's been, even in recent, someone's done something to me, and I know that you're not my kind of person. I have no business talking to you or seeing you ever again. There ain't no bad blood, but you're just not my, for the fact you can do that and I will never do that, you're just not my type of person. So yeah, so obviously there was Zari. So all in all, I feel like the show done what it needed to do. It provided enough drama, but not too much drama. It showcased the beauty of Africa, South Africa. It showcased the beauty of Africans and showing that we are powerful, we're fierce, we got money, yeah, and we have a voice. We got something to say. Do you know what I mean? But we're still very much tied to our roots. So it really showcased the good aspects of Africa. Do I feel like there needs to be more Nigerian? Do I think that Bobrisky needs to be on the next series? 100% yeah, because Bobrisky will shut shit down. Bobrisky will shut things out. Bobrisky needs to be there. Bobrisky needs to be there. Bobrisky needs to be there. But all in all, okay, can you guys go argue outside? I'm not filming. And please, I'm filming. But all in all, shut up! You shut up! You gambler. But all in all, I would 100% recommend people watch this. Zari, I'm not interested. Even at the end, when Diamond came here and she was just like, oh, you know, wherever I go, people just don't like me. If at that age you're telling me where you go, people continuously have a problem with you, people are apparently always threatened by you, people always find something to say about you, or they don't like you, you are the common denominator. It's not even like people have a problem with my personality, because if you're a bold personality, people would have a problem. But you're like, oh, people are always jealous of me. They're jealous of me being a boss bitch, me being Auntie, come on. So you're telling me you traveled all parts of the corners of the world, and in all parts of the corners, people always find a problem with you. But you're the common denominator, but they are at fault, right? they got the problem. Anyways, that's my take on it. I know this review is going to be long, but yes,